on the tailgate taking a sip of a cherry cola, watching the sun go down with a boy from the wrong side of this town. His truck is a junker, his jeans are torn. He works at the garage from the early morn. Her mama says, honey, you can do much better, but Katie's wearing his high school sweater. She doesn't care about the grease on his hands or that he doesn't have any big city plans. She just loves the way he laughs at her jokes, even if he ruffles up her family folks. Tommy's got a heart that's pure as gold, even if his knuckles are a little bit bold. From working on engines and clearing the land, he's saving up every single dime he can. He pulled up the driveway, tapped on the horn. Daddy's on the porch looking majorly forlorn. He says, young man, you better have her home by 10. But Tommy just grins and says, yes sir, again. He holds the door open, lets her slide on in, and they fly down the road where the fields begin, with the windows rolled down and the radio high. Just two young dreamers underneath the sky. 'Cause she's crazy about a boy, head over heels, doesn't care a lick about how anyone feels. Her daddy's in the kitchen, facing the floor, saying that boy ain't allowed through my front door. But she's smiling wide, catching a spark. True love's driving in the pitch black dark. Ain't no use trying to change her mind. She's in love with a boy, and she's leaving the world behind. They went down to the diner for a bite to eat, everybody whispering in the corner seat, saying Katie's too pretty, she's a preacher's niece, and Tom is bound to end up with the local police. But Tommy bought her fries and a chocolate shake and promised her a promise he would never break. He said, I might not have a lot of money in my jeans, but I'm gonna give you everything you ever dreamed. She looked into his eyes and she started to cry, 'cause she knew right then he was a heck of a guy. Back at the house, the clock struck 11. Daddy's blood pressure was hitting 97. He was looking out the window, looking at his watch, checking on the lock on the front porch notch. Mama just smiled, folding up the clothes, saying, calm down, Henry, that's the way it goes. You can't lock a wild bird inside of a cage, you're just turning over a brand new page. But Henry muttered something about a boy with no sense and stared right back out past the picket fence. 'Cause she's crazy about a boy, head over heels, doesn't care a lick about how anyone feels. Her daddy's in the kitchen, pacing the floor, saying that boy ain't allowed through my front door. But she's smiling wide, catching a spark. True love's driving in the pitch black dark. Ain't no use trying to change her mind. She's in love with a boy, and she's leaving the world behind. Well, mama took daddy by the wrinkled hand, said, look at them two, try to understand. Remember 30 years ago when you were that guy, and my daddy swore you'd make me cry. You drove a beat-up Chevy and you had no cash. You were loud and reckless and a little bit rash, but I loved you anyway, and look at us now. Daddy stopped his pacing and he cleared his brow. He watched the headlights cutting through the lane as the old truck rattled through the summer rain. He let out a sigh and he shook his head, looked at Mama and softly said, step side, he braced his shoulders for a fight. calm. Man, she's crazy about a boy, head over heels, doesn't care a lick about how anyone feels. I used to be the one pacing the floor, but I guess I remember what love is for.